Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I just thought I'd return to you today for this next review, and sorry about the late video going into Sunday morning for December 1st. So, hope you guys enjoyed your last day of November, and pretty much I'm going to discuss what I watched for the Transformers 1 movie because I just finished watching it like earlier this afternoon, evening time, kind of. So I'm going to discuss what I watched for the hour and 44 minutes of this film and let you know my thoughts on this new Transformers 1 2024 film. So let's dive into this movie review. Now, basically, it shows in the film that Optimus Prime and basically Megatron are like friends at the beginning. They're known as different names or whatever. Orion Prime, and then you have D16 is what he's called, and then eventually he becomes Megatron. So it basically Sentinel Prime is like their leader, and Iacon, or whatever the place was called. So kind of like Cybertron in a way, but Sentinel Prime actually has a pretty dark secret, which is he's working for the bad guys, which is some bad, monstrous, kind of Decepticons in a way, but I can't remember what they called them. But from what I gathered with this film, it shows that in this film, D16 and Orion Prime, before they become Optimus Prime and Megatron, pretty much they're friends during majority of the movie, and then D16 starts to show his dark side to things because he finds out that Sentinel Prime betrayed him and was a liar to them and lied and thought they were having a peaceful life and all that, and then they were deceived by the mining stuff that they were doing, and they're delivering the mining spark material to the enemy, which is a certain clan of robots that are basically the bad guys. So pretty much, from what I gathered with this film, it does show that he turns into Megatron at the very end of the film after he kills Sentinel Prime. So Sentinel Prime does die by Megatron's hand and or hands, and then Orion Prime eventually becomes Optimus Prime because he gets the what is it a certain spark or whatever, the mark of the it was something having to do with uh, a certain shard of power that he got. So basically, from what I gathered with this film, it shows that they're friends at the beginning and then they become enemies towards the end of the movie. And the end of the film was pretty interesting, and I think this was a pretty good movie. Probably a personal favorite movie of this year. Um, it was short. That was the only downside to the film. It was short, and it was an animated, cartoonish film. Not kind of cartoonish, but it basically, I will say the CGI is a little off. And that is a downside too. But I think the film is pretty good in its own way because of the story and the dialogue and how the plot turned out and the premise. So it was interesting of a watch, and I was invested with this film Probably gonna come down to being on my best movies of 2024, surprisingly. So if I were to give this film Transformers 1 a score, I'm gonna give it a strong 8.5 out of 10. Pretty good film. Like I said, there are a few critiques I have with this film. One of them being that it does explain the story on how D16 becomes Megatron. So they are friends at the beginning, and then they unfortunately become enemies. So at least it showed that side of things, how Megatron came to be, and then it showed the downfall of Cybertron and all that later on, probably years after Sentinel Prime gets defeated and killed. So pretty much, this was a pretty good movie. Like I said, will come down to being one of the best movies of the year. Not the movie of the year, but it is a pretty good film from what I watched. Not something I would say check it out for yourself, see what you think of it. It's not a long movie, it's only 104 minutes, so an hour and 44 minutes. So you're not in for a long film. So 8.5 out of 10 for Transformers 1. I hope you enjoyed this movie review tonight. I'm going to get to the best songs of 2024 very soon. And with that being said, thanks for watching this movie review tonight.